Where are you again?
I am in Ibiza
Mm.
in the north. This is the part in the island you need to imagine what is very calm. Yeah, a lot of nature, a lot of forest, and not many people come here. And it's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's exactly where I wanted to be.
Yeah. Do you have entrepreneurial stuff going too? Yeah.
What kind of stuff?
Like entrepreneur, like you have your own business basically.
I do my online business
Yeah.
with people. Like, I never know what to say when people ask me what I'm doing. I don't know what to say. Like, especially when people who don't have a spiritual, like, attitude ask me, I
Yeah.
don't know what to say because they think I'm like crazy. And also I don't want to serve the cliches. So I don't want to say I'm a shaman or like yoga teacher. So I mostly say, yeah, I'm doing consciousness work or I give people psychological advices. This is what I tell people who, yeah, don't have any spiritual background. So what I'm doing is actually supporting people and helping them finding a red thread in their life where they want to go with themselves, like which direction they want to develop and which being they want to be, because we have the decision who we are in this life. And some people don't even know who they are. Like they don't see their own beauty or their own strength and they don't know where to go.
Mm.
Yeah. So like this is mainly what I'm doing.
Wow.
Seeing this and helping people to also find that in themselves.
Yeah. Can you give an example? I've never asked you that. Can you give an example of like some changes people have made or maybe before and after around this clarity that they get?
Yeah, definitely. A woman who is in my training,
Hmm.
like I call it shamanic and tantric training, and yeah, in the beginning she didn't even know what to do. Like she was completely like she felt kind of lost in life. Yeah, she thought about anything. Like she had strong self-doubts and I would say like a low self-esteem. She didn't know what to eat, and yeah, I just encouraged her to always express her feelings, whatever that is, and even if it's like insecurity, just to show that,
Hmm.
and to find a community where she could, yeah, just share herself like she is, and
Yeah.
find connections. And exactly that happened. Like she found a community, like a house. She even worked and got money and had a community. She was like giving space, yeah, make morning circles and working with, and she felt amazing in that. And then she said, like, yeah, what is my next step? Yeah, after a month, and she said, like, I feel complete here. Like, I feel there's something else inside me that wants to be lived. And I said, yeah, maybe it's like you want to be a mother, maybe. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
it's your next step as a female being to experience that. And she, yeah, like she thought about, but she never really dared to.
Mm.
And then 1 week later or something, or like maybe 2 weeks later, she said she made a test and she's pregnant. And things were just flowing for her because she really, I felt she really wanted to discover herself and she really wanted to heal the steps in her life. It was a free will. And I was just like a tool or something. I didn't do anything for her. She did everything herself. She just needed that encouragement or like somebody who is joining her on the journey. And yeah, you know,
Yeah.
everything went very quickly for her. And this
Mhm.
is what I experience with people that if they want something and they have a certain goal, that the universe is just like giving them exactly what they need in order to do those steps.
And what is needed from the person to
Yeah,
bring that in? Is it just the decision, you'd say?
I think it's a certain direction they want to go. And if
Mm.
it's the right direction for them, what really serves their beings, I have the impression the universe comes with a silver tablet.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they get served whatever they really want and need. Also,
Uh-huh.
that happened with myself in life. But if they go in the wrong direction, Yeah.
Mm.
Also, that happened to me, so I know how that feels. Yeah. So yeah.
So that's also been true as well. Like for me, it's like the more that I follow my inner passion, even if it may not look perfect on a like a strategy or like a plan, like here's what we're going to do step by step, there's at least one kind of anchor of direction. Like for example, go from a 9 to 5 regular job to have my own business and make money from it.
Mm.
I'm just having that intention and being not only just like seeing if it's a wish, like maybe it'll happen, but saying, no, this is going to happen. And then watching things just happen and come to my life has been similar for me. Yeah. But to me, it's been about the clarity and there's like a power, like, you've made this, maybe you've made decisions in your life where it's like, I'm not really sure, but we'll see. And then other decisions, it's like, no, 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 this is going to happen. Has certainty, how do you see certainty? Like clarity of the intention, or is it more general for you?
No, I see that definitely in your case because you
Mm.
just mentioned it. Because I don't know when I met you before years.
It feels like 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I see the development you made. Yeah, when you started and where you are now. And you made, from my observation, those steps definitely with a lot of clarity, like focus and clarity, like a kind of like, I would call it more masculine.
It feels that way. It
Yeah,
feels that way. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like a man who does that, he can just have success with that. Like I don't see any other, either if it goes like in a light direction or like in a bad direction, but he will have success, like if
Yeah.
there's a millionaire who made business with like made dark business, like bad business, but he made business, yeah, because he
Yeah.
had clarity. He
Yeah.
went that far.
It will succeed even if it's light or dark.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
um
actually been some, go ahead.
yeah, and I mean you did that, and some other people do that, and always like when you go and with that energy, you go on a mountain, it works out, yeah, like
Yeah.
you can just like reach there. For a woman, I think it's more difficult. Mm, I feel it in my case.
Mm.
I wouldn't say a woman doesn't have clarity, but it's a little bit different. I don't know how to say that. I think in my case, it has something to do with passion or also an inner call. I feel I need to follow with my being because I can't say about myself, I'm very clear. And maybe that's why I don't have a kind of success I probably would have if I would be more clear.
Mm.
Yeah. If there would be male, how do you say that? Not agent, it's aid agent in
Mhm.
English. Like
Yeah.
he
Agent,
would,
assistant.
yeah, like with clarity and everything. And I just need to show up.
This is your brand. This is the problem that you solve for people. This is your outcome that you give them. And now this is the price that you charge. And here's your payment link that you send to any customer.
Exactly.
And you're like,
Exactly.
okay, yeah, that works. Let's do it.
I mean, the management or like making this kind of like bringing this clarity into life and business is like for me a male quality what I don't have.
Mhm.
So I was never good in making money. I always made my money and in making money. This is I need to confess. Yeah. Like I'm not a
Yeah.
business coach. That's why.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Even
um
that phrase,
yeah.
even that phrase for me is like, because I've actually I totally resonate with this because for like I've been doing this for like 5 years now. When COVID started actually is when I got in the car and left my job and drove across the country to Los Angeles, and started this from my phone. I just started talking to people. But for the last years, it's been like, okay, what is it that I do? Is it executive coaching? Is it basic life coaching? Is it any different from therapy? And it's been a process of refinement and testing of like, let me change my Instagram bio to executive coaching and how to manage your time better. Maybe people will pay for that. And it's just so many things that I've thrown at the wall. And either they didn't work from the response from people or they didn't feel good or passionate at all for me. And I think the art really is to find the middle ground of like with the client you mentioned. She has these gifts, she has these talents, but she just needs that little bit of clarity of like, no, go do the group, lead the group.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you do that for a while, we'll come back and then we'll talk about being a mom. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
like, to me, it's been, and a lot of people I talk to as well, there's a scattering in their mind of too many things
Mm-hmm.
when it's actually just one thing or two things.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had that as well? Like the feminine you're saying is more intuitive and more kind of watery, but that's also a gift. Yeah? No?
It is a
Yeah.
gift because it seems that you're a little bit more flexible. Yeah.
Mm,
Also, people from outside see you differently. Yeah. Like in your case, for example, you have a very long breath. And in the way you develop yourself straightforward, also your work develops and you speak to other people, or you would create your work in a different way because when you unfold, also your work unfolds with you and the people. Yeah. And it's mostly like you go like a straight way. Yeah.
yeah.
Women, and I work very differently with men and with women. Yeah. I would, for example, work very like differently with women because I have the impression that they need something else.
Mm,
Clients, like male clients who come for me, they mainly need male empowerment. And since I'm a woman, I also like I'm good in like telling them what, for example, what women like or what they need to bring into the space.
yeah.
Yeah, the woman, what
Yeah.
is needed by her. I know it because I know myself what I need from a man. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I know what to tell them. So this is what I can give them, like male empowerment to be more masculine in their relationship, in their life. What I can't give them is like business advices. So, but this is like what a woman, like the female work is, I think.
Mm,
Yeah, with a man, and my female work with women is more, yeah, also flexible. I need to confess, I'm more generous with women when I work with them. Yeah, I'm quite strict with men. Like I don't have a lot of patience. Uh,
yeah.
with women, I'm quite like because, yeah. For example, if I would be in a relationship, I would probably more impatient with the man than with myself because you think you are
Oh
like
yeah.
you always think about yourself. You're right, and the other one is wrong, right? Like so. So like it's more about like understanding, about sharing your feelings. Yeah.
Mm.
It's about helping to find a space where everything they feel can flower or where they can switch their moods or their directions. It's more for them about just being happy and soft and surrendering and saying yes to their life. That doesn't mean that that they don't need to put boundaries or like swallow everything, It's about also feeling the female energy. Yeah, it's more about with them more about surrendering and accepting. With men, it's more about like feeling like coming back into their power. Also for
Mhm.
example, a lot of men, how I sense it, maybe I'm wrong, but I sense with a lot of my clients that they cut from the anger. Yeah, that they don't
Oh,
feel it because it's too much for them, and
yeah.
they are broken in that because the anger is there and they are here and they don't feel it anymore and they seem weak, yeah, and they don't come in their full power because they can't integrate it. And yeah, this I
That this is profound. So I grew up, just a quick story in context for that. I grew up like kind of like a good boy. I was in the altar in the church. I was holding the candle during the gospel, things like this,
like
right?
that's
Oh yeah, just holding the candle, being like the little angel type kind of archetype. And then as I grew up, I realized, oof, man, and this is also why I got into shadow work and tapping into the repressed emotions and the repressed energies that we all have in different ways, whatever's in there. And it's so fascinating to me because the more I got in touch with anger, with disappointment, with sadness, with the full emotional range that is in me, the better I could connect with other people. But this piece about anger, like I would grab the pillow and I would just start yelling into a pillow for like an animal, like a gorilla. and it felt so clearing and I felt lighter. And I would do that for like, whenever I needed to for a while. And then, but connecting to anger, I see that as well in people I work with too, where anger has been like I posted a YouTube video and somebody said, "Hey, you look angry today in your YouTube video." And I thought about it for a couple hours. I thought, this is an interesting comment. There's so much happening there. Like, why is anger bad? Why am I angry? And is any of this a problem? That's the thing. Is any of this a problem? Or is it actually just being real? And yeah, so say more about this anger thing and how people, when people do integrate this anger, how is it powerful? How is it then used?
How do you feel it?
Oh, for me,
Yeah.
like I can conquer the world.
Mm,
I'm gonna go get all the resources, and you want to be in my empire. That's
mm,
how I feel it. Yeah.
mm.
And how do you like as a woman, when you say you can teach men and give men insights around how to be around women?
Mm.
What are the things that they don't know that oh my God, I didn't realize that. Thank you for telling me that.
They basically don't really know what women want.
How does it relate to anger?
So men are first of all kind of over challenged with women normally because women have a better access to their feelings and also to their anger. Yeah. For example, I don't have a problem to become angry.
Hmm.
I'm when I'm angry, not that threatening like a man, yeah, like a big man, like he would be more threatening. Like a woman is not so threatening, though it's more subtle, yeah, for a man.
Hmm.
So kind of like sometimes kind of clueless, like treating the woman emotionally, also to connect with her emotionally, to give her a space. It's more like a man goes to the woman and thinks he needs to fix how she feels. Yeah.
Mm.
Like the woman says, for example, I feel bad. And the man says, you don't need to feel bad. You don't have a reason to feel bad. Yeah.
Oh
So this
yeah.
is the beginning of the whole problem.
Oh damn.
So, it's like the man goes more rational and the woman more irrational. Then
Yeah.
the woman wants, actually, from a man, wants love and sex, like both.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's always like men think they want sex, but the women as well. It's not, they don't want less than a man. It's like, I
Mhm.
don't know why people think that. It's like a rigid thought of society or something, like an old cliche. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if the woman doesn't get it from the man, the love and sex, she becomes a dragon, like a house dragon. Yeah. Like she will be like treat the man bad. Yeah. So the man, it's like a cycle, will pull himself back, yeah, and not even approach to her because she is explosive. Because he is not in his power. He can't really put boundaries. He can't really lead the woman. He can't really give her space with his strengths. He is just not there with his masculine energy. But a woman, in the end, wants to feel female. But if the man is not masculine, because
Mhm.
the household needs to function, especially if they have kids or work. So the woman steps into the masculine role, and the man is more like the feminine part, and he swallows too much. She will loses the respect, what is not good for the man. She will maybe not treat him very well. Yeah, she
Mhm.
maybe despises him even because she thinks, oh, like he doesn't have the.
What's the German?
Yeah, you don't have nuts, you would say in
Oh
English.
yeah. What do you say in German?
Ja, du hast keine Eier, aber du, you don't have, you don't
That
have,
sounds cool.
yeah,
Yeah, we
you don't,
said balls or
yeah, you
cojones.
don't have
Yeah,
balls.
yeah, yeah.
So the woman can't respect the man, and the
Mhm.
relationship will fail. And that's why it's like a very unhealthy dynamic for both of them if the man
Mhm.
suppresses the anger. Because if he could heal that, if he can integrate that, if he can feel the trauma behind that, why he cut from his anger because it has a reason. In the childhood, men were already suppressed in their childhood to not show their sadness, to not show their anger, because the parents wanted their peace, yeah,
Mhm.
and suppressed the anger from the beginning, yeah. So the men later they don't have any chance to be a man in the relationship, like healthy and a healthy masculine energy, yeah.
Mhm.
So if they learn to reconnect with that and put their boundaries in the relationship yeah, and step into their masculine role to give the woman the opportunity to step into their feminine role. Then it can like flower again and function and heal, like the man itself as man, but also in the relationship, and he can give the woman what she wants,
Mhm.
and he will get that back. It's like because he as a man, he gives the energy inside. Yeah, the woman is the receiving part, and the man gives the energy inside the relationship. So
And and I think this is going to resonate with anybody who's listening. So what a just to paint this picture and summarize, I mean, what I'm hearing that is so clear to me is that a man in touch with his anger and not dissociating from it,
mm,
fully to feel his feelings,
mm,
anger, sadness, whatever else is in there, and to have them ready to be expressed in a healthy way, not an unsafe way,
mm,
allows the whole dynamic then to flow as it should, as it could naturally, let's say,
right.
as masculine, feminine. So the man, what this all centers around from what we're saying is that a man needs to be in touch with his anger in order to have the natural flow, and for a woman to be able to feel like a woman.
Exactly, because the anger is is an energy, right? It's like
Mhm.
it's power, and
Mhm.
it has power, and it's like when you imagine a power ball outside of you, what you don't feel because you split from that, but it's a big, big fire, like power. So when you step back into it, and like you said, of course, with responsibility, yeah, and of course not like blaming or attacking or anything, but
Yeah.
taking it, yeah, from it with self-responsibility in a healthy way can completely change the whole space dynamic, and the man gains his power back. Like he will look different. Yeah, he will look completely differently, like
Mhm.
from broken and like
Yeah.
like athletic and like strong.
So the more the man can integrate this, what does the woman feel differently?
She feels more soft, like more she can more serena. She like a woman doesn't want to be in a constant fight because then she feels hard. Yeah, she also feels alone because she thinks she needs to play the male role and worry for everything, concern about everything, organizing everything. So she doesn't want that. Yeah. She, in the end, she's a female being and she wants to feel soft and she wants to relax. Yeah. A woman likes to relax, like be in her silence and nurture, like give a good energy, like a loving energy. Yeah. It's, I think, the natural desire of a woman.
Mm.
And if the man shows up with a kind of power and strength, she can respect him. She sees,
Mm.
okay, he's doing his job. I don't need to do it. I can relax now. It's like when you have a group of wolves and there's the alpha wolf. All the other wolves in the group, they want him to stand as alpha man. Yeah, they want him to be the best, like the strongest, and to protect them. Because the group is as good as the alpha wolf does his job, right? So if he is weak and not standing up for the group and can't protect the group, the second wolf would bite him,
Mm.
to in order to become the alpha wolf, to lead the group better, to so
Mhm.
that the group can survive. Yeah. And if the woman tries to do that with the man, it's very, very bad for both of them. Like, that the man is more powerful or is like can rule about the woman or anything has nothing to do with that, because the female energy, like some people think it's like weakness, has nothing to do with weakness at all.
Yeah.
It's just, and this is the world is like yin and yang, like
Yeah.
one is better than the other one.
It's a really interesting, it's like it's people try to describe it, but it's really just a feeling. Like you can feel, well, I can feel when a woman is so comfortable in her feminine energy as a woman, in her
Mm,
body, of what you say, softness, surrender, these things, these kind of qualities. And then me, the more and more that I have really just sat with myself and felt into, for me, healed, wounds with my father or wounds with my grandfather, that things that potentially were missing growing up
mm,
about just being a man in a healthy way. And
mm.
what does that feel like? Not not give me a book to read, but
Mm,
show me and embody this so I know how it feels to be around as well. Like what you're saying, it's so relational. And
mm,
I can see now, even just talking through this, how I've let in my past relationships, how the dynamic has just been so, it's been wonderful and natural, as we're saying, the ideal, we could say. And then also how I've just completely let it be chaotic because I lost sight of what is needed from me. I think it's helpful for everybody just to take a moment and see kind of, do you agree with this? Two, where might, if you're listening to this, where might you need to find your power again or
mm. Yeah,
claim that specific
like,
energy that maybe you're
oh,
pushing away? Yeah.
yeah. It's something of, I mean, of course, you made that experience later because you don't learn that as a child or you don't learn that in society. I mean, you know,
Mhm.
it's something you need to figure out yourself in this society. But
I,
good and it's great, you know. It's
I think, Gudrun, I think we found it. I think we found your gift. I think we found clarity. Can I share what I think you do?
yeah, sure.
I think you help men reclaim their power.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, this is my intention.
And that's because that's the core from what you're saying, the paradigm here. Like if that's solved, then the women are happier at least.
Yeah.
So like as soon as I met you 4 years ago, I was like, my first impression was one, slight intimidation because I can feel your power.
Mm,
And it woke me up like, oof, whoa, okay. And then two, I was like, okay, so what's she doing with this power? And it
mm.
seems like like when you say I don't really, I tell people I do, consciousness work or psychological. It's to me that's very obvious what you do. It's like I feel like you awaken men to their power, so everybody else is happy, so everybody gets like, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it is like that. I mean, on my YouTube channel, for example, I almost just have men, you know, also men commenting, always men, and I'm always asking myself, like, what are the men like doing? Why are not that some, you know? I would like
This gesture, this thing.
this is what I can do, like how I can help men, yeah, like related to men. This is what I can do for them, like what I obviously can because I see it has success. Yeah, I mean, it's not easy for men. It puts also pressure on men. You know, not every man wants to do those steps, but those who do, they always grow. They always gain power. I mean, it's like a no risk path. Yeah,
To me, honestly, I can see how so many men would just be like they've already been successful,
yeah.
but just from you, they could just do more because I can see, you see what I mean? Like almost like you're a catalyst. Like, hey, wake up a little more. You have more in you. That's what I feel from you. You're like, hey, you have a lot more in you. Let's go.
I can give them a little spice.
From the villa in Ibiza.
Yeah, because it's like men, they sometimes also, when I see them going to success and when they
Mhm.
have success, they also get sometimes a little bit serious or like too, how can I say, like if they bite on something, let it go again. Like, not like a shark. It's
Uh,
like, and then they lose a little bit in this, what they want to do. And sometimes they forget about the joy of life or the happiness or
yeah, like when they start to get successful,
yeah,
it can just be a heavy burden and they get
yeah,
serious. Yeah.
exactly. And then it's also just about, it shouldn't be just about money and success. Also, for of a man, it's expected. Yeah, like for example, my son here is on a school, like a very very rich school, like for millionaires. Like I'm far away from that. So I see the billionaires and millionaires. They are very much in groups, like with themselves. Yeah, like
Mhm.
normally have access from outside. So me, they let me in, but just because of two reasons. First of all, I told them I'm a shaman. So they have the cliche like a shaman needs to be poor. Yeah, a shaman is poor. So it needs to be bones, you know. So that's an excuse. The second thing is like I'm a woman. Yeah. Like
Mm.
alone with my child, like mostly they know like, I'm separated. So think, okay, it's not her job to make the money, because
Mm.
they're more like built like typically that the man is working and the woman not. She doesn't need to, like they have enough money. So they don't think it's my job to make money. Yeah. And that's why they are open. Yeah. If I would be a man and poor like that, like I am, like against them, like I'm like poor like a mouse. Yeah. So
Yeah, that you need something from them.
yeah, exactly. They will think something from them, and as a man, I need to be able to make money. Yeah, otherwise, like I would be disgusting for them in a way.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, it's like that, you know. So
a little dog. Yeah.
yeah, it has advantages, you know.
About the school, Mayans at school, and about
Exactly.
men, not only being about
Yeah,
money.
pressure. Yeah. So the man has a lot of pressure on society, and that's why they need to prove they are successful. They have a lot of male energy. They can do it. They have money. They need to provide for their family. So it's difficult. It's really, really hard for men. Like it puts so much pressure. And also the fall is deeper because if you don't reach that goal and that expectation, people will look down to you. Yeah. And that's not okay. That's not good. And then this causes self-esteem issues in people, yeah, and in men. And it's even more difficult for them to gain something because they think, okay, I'm shit, I don't have money or this and that, and they define themselves. This is
Mhm.
also something I want to give them a self-worth and self-esteem coming from their spirituality, because also for a woman, it's not important how much money the man has. That's just not true. Yeah. A woman would rather prefer a man living with him in a cave. Yeah. And he has maybe 500 euros per month, but he is generous, he is loving, he's caring, he's in his male energy. And she rather would go with him like in a small restaurant where he can just give her a simple meal, but with the right energy, than going with a millionaire somewhere and drinking champagne, but it's like cold and dead. It's not about the money, it's like how they spend it and how they live their life. And this is also something a man who has so much pressure in the society just needs to learn and integrate. Yeah.
Mm. To learn to change the focus of his value, to move more wisely according
Yeah,
to
yeah,
energy and
right.
less about the more external.
Exactly. The value is not the money. The value is something else. And
Wow.
this is also something men can gain way more relaxation and happiness in life when they understand that.
Ooh. Part two, we talk about what women really want.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you, Gudrun. Thank you very much. And if you're listening to this, give it a like, share with a friend, and drop a comment below and let us know what you think about all this. Like from your life experience, how has your relationship or dynamics been? Men, women, masculine, feminine. How do you all see this? And also, Gudrun, where can they find you if they want to work with you or talk with you?
Yeah, they can go on my website, ecstaticsilence.com. It's also available in English. Also, I have a YouTube channel, and yeah, they can definitely look into it. Would be a pleasure.
Amazing. Well, thank you.